explaining what's coming, and you be on the fitrah in this particular fashion. Those people who remain fasting, 3 times a month at least, the minimum, inshallah ta'ala, and do all those other things, they're going to be slaughtering their own food. Because I went to the supermarket over here one time, I went to buy something, and sometimes you pass by the meat section, and it's been so many. In the 70s we didn't even buy that, because in New York, Brooklyn is not as modern as people think it is. Back in the days, everybody went to where they slaughtered and got the meat. Okay, and if anybody's from Brooklyn back in the days, we used to burn our garbage in the backyard. That all changed in the 80s. It was like really recent. And then at that time, you had all the Muslim butcher shops. So I never really bought meat from the local grocery store. So to see it in that form, like ground beef and it's extra red and all this other stuff, I'm like, who buys that? That's, to me, I'm like, oh, that's nasty looking. I don't trust them. Who touched that? And it's already packaged and everything like that. No way. Take me to the Muslim butcher shop any day. Or the Jewish butcher shop. And so, in New York, we have a lot of that. So you really never really have to go to the Kafir store and buy meat from them. And it's just not healthy.
Up into the 70s, we used to burn our garbage in the backyard in western North Carolina.
We were still doing it to the 80s. It stopped. When it stopped over racism, over people, a knee-jerk thing. There was a Haitian family in New York that was slaughtering like chickens and doing voodoo in the basement. Okay? And they made a big deal about it in the newspaper because it was like it was just really nasty. And so the health department came in, and as a knee-jerk reaction to that, you were no longer able to slaughter like at home in the backyard in Brooklyn, and you were no longer able, what attached to that was burning the garbage. That all happened at the same time. Anybody who was around in New York can remember that incident when the Haitian people gotten, were in the paper for all the chickens they had and the blood they had in the basement, and then they just made this whole big old thing about it.
Well,
and
the environmental movement didn't start ramping up until the 70s. So.
Oh, that's why it was in the 80s, okay.
The EPA was created under Nixon, in 73 or something like that. So, there was none of that around.
Right. Well, I don't see it as being environmental protection as more as I see it as taking people away from the fitrah. Because, people used to slaughter. People used to cut and kill their own meat.
Yeah.
Or were able, because there used to be in Pitkin Avenue, we used to go and wait in the line on Saturdays, and there'd be like a Muslim guy, just Shaikh Suleiman al-Hadi, rahimahullah, him and a couple of those guys, they'd be standing, they'd be slaughtering for the Muslims. And then there'd be, some other guy just slaughtering, doing stuff like that. And a lot of people would want to get on the Muslim line because they said the Muslim meat tastes better. It wasn't because they wanted it to be, and they were like, hey, it tastes better and everything like that. And
well, it did.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. It
Yeah.
does, and there's a reason for it. I'm just saying they weren't thinking about the reasoning, but they were still seeing it. Now you see the average person has never seen their meat slaughtered. That's my point. And they're disgusted by it. Okay? They're like, oh, ooh, what is that? That's food, stuff like that. So, and I'm amazed all these tough guys, when it comes to slaughtering, they don't know what they're doing. You say, oh, these guys, yo, man, I'm a killer from Manila. I used to be this, that, and everything. Assalamu alaikum. Then you say, okay, it's time to slaughter. Let's slaughter. You roll up your arm. You start slaughtering. Actually, what you doing? And you say, oh, man, you pull out your knife and let's get ready to slaughter.
Yeah.
They don't even know where to slaughter.
Man, we should take all our boys out to the heat.
Yeah. We make the children, we made them, I was talking about Harun and Hajar. Hajar skinning and tanning in the backyard. Hajar's 11? She's a girl. And she's skinning her goat skin so she can make a pillow. Not strange, but we've lost that that type of thing. Alhamdulillah. But anyway, let's get started.
Is there any brother that can turn that?
It's over there.
It's our side.
I'll turn it
They
on.
want to turn it down.
It's
They
a-
turn it
it's-
down.
Oh,
You just grab it once. You probably need to jump about 2 times.
You need to be somebody tall, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
You gonna pull it out.
I'm trying to be gentle with it, but I couldn't get it.
Everybody jumps up and pull it out. They don't stop it, they pull it out. And,
Oh, okay.
this is the lowest point, right?
Thank you, that's fine, thank you.
And then jump up and
We yank the whole thing and bust my head
pull
open.
the whole chain out.
Yeah, I don't. We don't want to do that. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
كيف حالكم؟
بخير الحمد لله.
صباح الخير.
وين؟
صباح النور ما شاء الله. شلونكم؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين. بارك الله فيكم.
أبيض الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. أريد أن أعرفكم على ثلاثة الأشياء في اللغة العربية. أريد أن أعرفكم على ثلاثة أشياء في اللغة العربية. انظروا. انظروا. الأول Arabic is 3 sciences. How many sciences?
3 sciences.
Now there are 13 sciences in Arabic, but they're really just 3 sciences. The first one is Nahwu, say Nahwu, and Sarf. That's 1 science. Everybody follow me? Nahwu and Sarf. Now, Nahwu is not the first science. Actually, Sarf is the first science, Nahwu is the second. Why do we say it this way? Because of balagha. Say this.
Balagha.
Balagha is the art of saying things in a beautiful way. Okay? Now, what it takes into consideration, like tajweed would fall under balagha. Okay? Saying it and pronouncing it. But not just that, because the tajweed is only a consequence of the balagha of Allah. That the right words came in the right order, and not just, why does it make it the right word? Because of not just the meaning, but the way it's pronounced. Okay? That the far sound, ra, ka, they're not all next to what happens in speaking. What makes something balagha, which is the second science, say balagha, or we call it the fiqh of Nahw and Sarf. Somebody's phone. Balagha. Okay? Now, balagha takes into consideration something like this. Let's say if you say khata'a. Khata'a. That's not balagha, is it?
No, doesn't sound nice.
Doesn't sound right, right? Because you have all the sounds are close to each other. All the letters are right after each other. Rabbana.
ربنا.
Ra.
را.
Ba. Na. You see, it went back and forth, didn't it? Rabbana.
ربنا.
It's ease. Sahala.
سهل.
Sahala. See how it went? You feel it in your mouth?
نعم.
That's balagha. Where the sounds are in an order that makes it easy to say. Does that make sense?
Yes, shit.
Mixed with other words that are easy to say in a construction that's easy to understand. Yes, sir. Why you guys so far away? Come, please, please, please. Yes, sir.
You said Balagha was what? One more time, just like a.
Balagha, break it down in 3. Badi'ul, ma'ani, and bayan. Okay? So you have bayan, ma'ani, and badi'. Okay, these are the 3 subsciences of balagha. Okay, bayan, ma'ani, and badi'. How to speak and how to make alamahul bayan, right? How to speak.